I call to order the regular meeting of the Recreation and Parks Commission, Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024. The Recreation and Parks Commission meeting will broadcast live stream on the City of Guadalupe's official YouTube channel. Let's see. Roll call.
Joseph.
Here.
Joseph Herron.
Here.
Enrique Ortiz.
Here.
Emily Dryling.
Here.
Michael Jimenez.
Here.
Arnulfo Navarro.
And this time we please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Tradition, pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
See, item number 3, at this time, I don't see anybody here. So we move to item number 4, consent calendar. The following items are presented for the commission's approval without a discussion of a single agenda item in order to expedite the meeting. Should a member of the Recreation and Parks Commission wish to discuss or disapprove an item, it must be dropped from the blanket motion of approval and is considered as a separate item. Item A, approval of the minutes of Parks and Recreation Commission special meeting of August 20th. Thank you for a motion of approval.
I'll motion.
Have a motion, you have a second? Second. A motion and second, all those approved? Aye. Carried, thank you. Go down to regular business. Boys and girls monthly updates.
Oh, yeah, actually, you can do that. I'm also this week.
You forgot about it.
Yep, it doesn't.
The board, so I have a lot to present. Basically our whole summer, we had 162 kids registered for this summer. An average of 60 kids, between 60 to 80 kids a day. It really depends on the time of the month because a lot of them did go to summer school. We had a lot of cool participants from the community come and provide a lot of sources to the kids. We had a student center coming every Tuesday and Thursday. They will do a lot of different classes with the kids about geology and what the dunes is, and took them out to the park, which was really cool. We also had Zulu, which is a non-profit breakdance class that we sing, and they would teach the kids. We also had a photography program run by a local person who specializes in photography. His name is Chachi. We had a cooking class by one of our own staff members, Erica. So every Friday they would have a different kind of cooking class. We had throughout the what's called the summer. We had a color run that was really cool. It was just our kids. We were able to get some of the color run bags and make a cool little color bag. We had a water day. It was a really cool summer. It was one of the biggest summer since Ron opened, which is really cool. And we had a lot of new faces that showed up and a lot of faces that stayed for this school year, which was really, really awesome.
Let me get your name, I'm sorry.
Josué.
We can count on you coming every month now?
You might want to put the microphone just a little bit closer.
Yeah, sorry, there was some miscommunication with my supervisor of what meetings I was supposed to attend and what meetings I wasn't. But yes.
You missed what, the whole summer, right?
Yeah, 2 months, yeah. Well, there was I think I came in June, but I didn't know it was canceled, or one of the days was
You came
canceled.
in
May, or yeah, yes, August, yeah.
Anything else? Question or comment?
Thanks for the update. It looks like you guys really did a lot of great stuff over the summer and really filled a big need in the community. So great work.
It was really cool. We were able to let all of our members come for free. It was open to everyone, so all the GUSD students were free.
Yeah, so I said, I appreciate every time I emailed you about borrowing the meeting room and the gym for the football players. I really appreciate it. You're always quick, and I apologize for stealing your remote.
It's They do a yoga session when they get in, so because they come from school. Chaotic, so I put a yoga video for them where they could relax, and I was like, where's the remote? Where's the remote? And I was like, "Oh, maybe a week, must have took it.
I was cleaning and then put it in my pot.
But it's always all good. Thank you. Yeah, it's really cool seeing all of our kids in the football team, a lot of our members.
By any chance, did you have this stuff like listed ahead of time that it was coming? Like on a calendar ahead of time, like these kind of events are gonna be happening?
Oh, the certain events, so we have like in the calendar in our flyer. But most of the events were generated by Santa Maria. So they were like, hey, we have this items if you guys want to do this and stuff. But yeah, a lot of like the Zulu and the Dude Center, yeah, that was in our flyer. Like the cooking class, like the big events, the community outreach was in our flyer.
Yeah, looks real good.
And then also this, I want to share with this was pretty cool. Kohl's, the store Kohl's, they were able to take that were in need to a back to school shopping. They each got $200, which is really awesome. Like that was probably like the highlight of the starting of this school year. And like I had a mom like coming crying because she was like, that's what I was worried about. She has 4 kids. How was I gonna get them all back to school? So it was so cool to see all the kids just go off and shopping. And on top of that, they give them 60% off. So they got a lot of clothes. They were able to go out and like, it was really cool. So we gave a shout out to Kohl's in one of our newsletters, and all the kids were able to sign a thank you letter. Just wanted to share that with you guys. It was really awesome.
Great.
Do you get backpacks out? We don't, not anymore. I know the years past they have, but I'm not sure who was donating the backpacks or not. This year, Santa Maria got some, but through Planet Fitness, and they only got like 20.
I know that Taylor Farms delivered backpacks to first graders this year.
Yeah, I know in the years past when I was in Santa Maria, I would hear that they would get backpacks, like a stuff the bus kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know where that contact was lost.
Any more questions or comments? Well, I thank you very much for coming. I thank you for the report.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work. Item number 6, Connell Turf Project and grant update.
No significant updates since our last meeting just a couple weeks ago, but the arts grant that is, that I did mention last time, the award month is this month, so we'll find out if we were selected for that first big one or not. So hopefully by next month, we will have.
We can move to item number 7, Optimal Headed Park update.
Okay, so I had a meeting with them 2 weeks ago, right after our last meeting, just days after. Nothing new other than the plans have been 100% submitted, and they have gone out to bid as of, I guess it probably would have been last week. And so that's where we're at. So it's still moving forward. The goal is still next year to get it started, but they gotta wait for the bids to come back. So that's what I got for you there.
Any news on the tower?
It sounds like we're getting closer and closer to the point of just bypassing the tower for now, because still Verizon still won't budge.
Right, come on, get your act together.
It's just so expensive that, I mean, yeah, you would need like a whole grant just to cover that. Like, I think it was like $125,000, something like that, to remove it. If we have to do it versus when they just put their little crane up and do it all the time. So, yeah. But we're trying to keep the park moving, because regardless, the community still deserves the park, and the money's there, and it's going to, the grant will expire. So it's gonna happen, and we're still pushing through. It's just a matter of if we can fit that piece in there. Who knows? You know, miracles happen. So.
They're like, we'll believe it when we see it. So.
Right. But the wheels are turning and we're getting closer. So if it's out to bid, I mean, we're getting closer.
Yeah.
So It's exciting.
We'll keep positive.
Be patient, Guadalupe.
Yes.
It will happen, yes. I had to explain to somebody recently that no, those monies cannot be taken or put in anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's just a law. Yep. Oh.
Yep.
I guess I need one. Number 8, movie night.
Yeah, so I'm gonna speak a little bit about this and then I'm gonna have Emily give her feel on it because her cheer group was part of our last movie night. So we had movie night on Friday of last week. We had the Guadalupe Bulldog cheer group come out, give a little 10-minute presentation with about 5 or 6 cheers. They did an awesome job. I think there was 45 girls-ish cheering, which is awesome. Additionally, the recreation department gave them the opportunity to do the concession stand. So that they could keep all the profits rather than having, Lobo or someone else come out. Love Lobo, he does an awesome job, but we're also trying to pull the youth in and seeing how we can help benefit the youth of Guadalupe. So that was an idea that I had. I was like, hey, I'm gonna shoot it out to people and see who takes the bait. Emily took the bait right away, so she's our guinea pig. We had 144 people showed up to movie night. We normally average anywhere from 30 to 60, depending on what's happening that Friday night, because it is on a Friday night. So if something exciting is happening elsewhere, our numbers go down a little bit. If it's not, they all come out. Obviously that was a huge number, 144, and there might have been more, but we did our best counting. It's kind of hard when people are going in and out. Yeah, we'll go with
Solid
it.
one.
Emily said that at one point in time she thought she counted 160, but you know what? Either way, it was a great number. Okay. And then they did the concession stand. They were busy nonstop the whole event. There was constantly a line. There was constantly someone back there. We watched Despicable Me 4. It was awesome. Before I turn it over to Emily, we do have our next movie night, and I have all the dates all the way through the end of the year because we have holidays coming up, and movie nights and holidays work out really well, and it's so much fun. So our next one is September 27th. Again, inside of Leroy Park, again at 6 p.m. This particular one, I don't have a youth group that wants to fundraise, so I have Lobo coming in. But I would like to invite any youth group in Guadalupe to please come forward and let me know if you want to do the concession stand. As long as all the items are packaged, feel free to reach out. You can sell them, put your own prices. You take the money yourself. Nothing comes through the city, and we can, help support you. So I'm going to turn it over to Emily so she can give you a little bit of how it went for her and her group.
It was a really great event. It was wonderful. We started out just introduced in both English and Spanish. We're the Bulldogs. We do football. We do cheer, 7 to 14. Quite a few parents came up to me afterwards asking more like, how soon can I sign up my son for football? What's the age for cheer? So it was nice to get the word out on the program. The kids really liked it, just being able to perform for like their friends and stuff in the community. We just did a few cheers. But it was nice because it was the first time they cheered. Our first big game was on Saturday, so it was a nice opportunity for them to have a practice. And then it was really good for the snack bar because we had our seniors working the snack bar, handing out the snacks, and then the adults were doing the money piece of it. But it was nice for the kids to understand, like, it takes money to run this program. The money doesn't just come out of thin air. And so it takes a whole lot of bags of popcorn and Snickers and sodas to fund what we want to do. So a lot of the older kids, it was nice for them to see and to be a part of our fundraising efforts. And they were able to work the snack bar area with us the whole time. So for any other groups out there that are interested, it was well worth our time. It was really good for community engagement. And then it was a nice opportunity for the youth in our community just to see, how do I be a part of the bigger picture for some of these programs? Because a lot of times they just see the adults doing the work in the background and they're doing the kid stuff, but it was nice to incorporate them as well. So thank you again for the opportunity. We
Absolutely.
really appreciate it.
Emily, can you give them a roundabout number, what that concession stand brought in about those 2 hours?
Yeah, we were right about $500 is what we have to finalize our numbers, but it was very busy. Everyone loves their snacks, a lot of snacks. So it was a really good effort for us.
Hi, Commissioner Navarro, I'll put you as president. Yeah, so it was an awesome event. Looking forward to movie night moving forward. It's already posted on the Instagram and Facebook page. We have a Facebook event. Just like always, we'll vote. Yeah, there it is. We'll vote on the movie. If anybody has any ideas or there's specific movies they want to see, just message them to me, and I always include everything that everyone requests. And it's a voting system, so it's not what I want, it's what the public wants, so everyone gets to vote on it roughly a week before the movie. And then I show the results and I post what the movie is gonna be, so it's super fair and super transparent, and I'm getting more and more people voting, which is awesome, because even though I have 100 or 200 people see the voting, not everyone votes, maybe like a quarter of that votes. So it's awesome to have more interaction, because I want to take in everyone's opinion and try to really provide movies that people want to see. And I think the newer movies are kind of fun, especially if you can't make it to the theater with your family, or you have a big family and it's just kind of costly. It's nice to be able to go to a community movie night and get to still see the same movies that just came out. Despicable Me had just come out, so that was awesome.
I didn't have to get taking pictures.
I do
there's
have
a
pictures
video
and
you-
video, yeah. And I did a live for the whole performance that the girls did. So if you follow me on Instagram,
Yeah.
okay. Oh my goodness. I hope you all follow me on Instagram and Facebook. If you don't, that's your homework for tonight. Okay. It's on Facebook as well, on the Guadalupe Recreation page. Yeah.
Comment and tell somebody, yeah, I'll see you there.
Yeah.
Cause I didn't even, we had basketball and we didn't have a lot of people. I was gonna suggest to them, cause one parent had this kid with them. You know, the circle and we poured down the park right.
And for anybody interested in knowing why we have competing days, we have the drop in basketball on Fridays, and then at least once a month, the movie night is gonna be on a Friday, which conflicts, which I don't like doing. The school district is now using the auditorium again, as they do for all their different sports all the way through of next year.
Yeah.
And it makes the schedule extremely tight. So what we could figure out was we could do Wednesdays for volleyball and Fridays for basketball. And we're gonna try to keep that going as long as we can, and it looks like we can do it for quite a few months. So that is why there's that competition between two recreation events at the same time, but otherwise, we try to avoid that. Yeah. I figure the guys playing basketball might not wanna watch Despicable Me 4.
One of the parents had his kid with them too.
Okay, well, we welcome everyone,
No problem, we were,
Yeah.
I was in fans, it'd be nice to see what was going on.
absolutely.
Oh, I'm supposed to have the movie night. Yeah, so should we mention that?
Yeah,
Yeah, don't drop off kids.
that is one thing, just making sure we do clarify, this last one was a decent amount of parents dropped and go, but if you're under, I'd say 18 or whatever age we decide, you should be accompanied by an adult.
Yeah, and normally that's not an issue. At this particular event, I saw a lot of the cheerleaders were there, but
Yeah.
all the coaches were there, and the cheerleaders were with their coaches. So that was the responsible party, and everyone was taking kids to the bathroom and bringing them back, and it all went very smoothly. As always, yes, at all recreation events, if you're a minor, you need to be accompanied by your adult. I think it's 16 is kind of what I heard Hannah did. That includes using the gym for a sport. If you come after school, you have to have you have to be 16 or have an adult with you if you're underage. And we just do that for the safety of the child.
I remember 9, poetry jam.
I'm gonna let our new boat take it away.
All right. This month's poetry jam, this is actually gonna be the last poetry jam of the I guess year that I've working under this grant. It's ending in September. So pretty much the city won't be well, I guess they could partner with the FSA in the future, but it's not looking through me anytime soon. Also, we won't be having a poetry jam in October. We're looking towards November to keep it going, and then also not have one in December, as you know, things are just going to pick up. And then moving forward, looking more, it's like every other month rather than every month. But we'd love to see anybody come out for Poetry Jam, anything. Songwriters, it could be somebody else's poetry that you really enjoy. We're gonna have complimentary coffee and pan dulce. And it's I feel like it's growing. It's especially for the core people that have been coming, they've kind of been getting the word out themselves, and it's a nice space for the community to hold as just the spoken word. Looking forward to it.
Yes, and we're more than happy at the Recreation Department to continue to work with you on doing it on a personal basis versus you going through FSA if you want to continue doing it. And I think every other month is a lot of your donated time, and we appreciate it. I know I was at a line dancing class, and a couple of the ladies that came in told me how excited they were about going to poetry night. One of them read lyrics of a song, and so I thought that was awesome. It's nice to have people coming to the different events and telling me their take on other recreation events. So kudos to you. Thank you, Arnulfo.
Yes, good job. Any other questions or comments for Arnulfo? Moving to item number 10, line dancing.
Okay, line dancing. We had our second date of line dancing in August because it was requested by everyone almost immediately. It went really well. Our participation went down just a hair. But it is in the evenings and it is adults, and a lot of them have kids and stuff going on. So, I can't expect it to constantly be going up, although that's what I want.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, but we had an awesome time. Everyone, I would say 90% of the people that were there at the first one. So it's awesome to see that they're continuing to come because it is a class and you learn more skills and you get better at it. And so I love that when we have a class, people continue to come to get better at whatever it is that they're learning, whether it be the skate day or line dancing or whatever we offer. We also decided to try to continue this pattern by having 2 more in September. We moved them to Thursdays again because we're trying to work with the school district use schedule for the auditorium. So we have them on Thursday, September 19th, and the very next Thursday, because we're doing what works, and that's the 26th. Doors are going to open at 6 instead of 6:30 to kind of help get everyone signed in on the waiver and ready to go at 6:30 versus coming in at 6:30 and trying to get them ready to go as fast as possible. So we're learning and we're adjusting. So doors open at 6, come in, sign the waiver, and you're ready to go. Just keep it going. If everyone continues to come and continue to like it, and Yolanda can continue to donate her services, which we appreciate so much, we will continue with this series. And just so you know, the chief was out there at my last line dancing. I don't know, all of a sudden I turned and there he was line dancing with everyone. And I did a live, and if you watch the live, there he was, just shaking it. So that was kind of fun. It's nice. I enjoy when I am hosting an event and I see city staff come out and jump in and enjoy it, because it's nice to see that they're part of our community too, and they also enjoy the events. So.
I tried to get the chief to play basketball and volleyball, but he'll go in there, but he won't play.
Oh, really?
You know how this works.
I've seen basketball before.
I've coached before, so he's been out there, but he didn't want to go out there with them.
All right, well,
He wasn't on the clock for line dancing, right?
he was in full uniform line dancing. For about 3 minutes, and then we had some business that we had to attend, which is the reason why he came in the first place. But I thought it was pretty fun.
Nice, so that people are participating from the city.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's the item number 11? Skate day events.
Skate day event. Okay, so we had our last skate day just a few weeks ago, and we had switched up the dynamic of it a little bit in the sense that we did an instructed class from 12 to 1 for an hour, and then an open skate from 1 to 2. We did that so that the instructors that are there that know how to skate and know how to teach skating could focus more on the people that want to learn. Again, it's kind of like the line dancing. If they continue to come, they'll continue to learn, and this would cost money to families to have to go and take their kids to a class So the fact that these people are willing to donate their time in all these different avenues, to teach a class and let someone actually learn, rather than just say, well, if you know how to skate, you can come, but if you don't, sorry. I think it's awesome. So we ended up having about 30 skaters come out to learn.
Good.
I want to say that probably only like maybe 3 to 4 of them knew how to skate previously when they were in their 20s, and now they're a little bit older. And they're like, skated in quite a while. We think we know, we just need to kind of warm up. And you could tell they were kind of like, you know, doing a little,
Back into that 80s,
yeah,
90s
a
feel.
little squirt here and there, but then within like 15-20 minutes, they like warmed up and they were back at it. So that was awesome. Ton of little kids come out. I saw a good group of kids actually bringing their own skates, and I believe they were in like brand new packaging. So the parents took them, bought the skates, and brought them, even though we do have free skate rentals to everyone, just so you know, you don't have to bring your skates. But it was awesome because in my mind, what it meant was they're going to learn, and then they're gonna go home and they're gonna keep on practicing, and then they're gonna come to the next event and continue to learn, or they're gonna be at open skate at the next event instead of the instructed class. So I love to see the fact that there was like genuine interest past just the event. So that was awesome. Little kids were doing great, awesome, cute little pictures of, I mean, there was like a little guy, I think he was like 2.
Aw.
And they had the little tiny skates that you put on the shoe. So like you
Yeah.
have your shoe and then you like put them over your shoe and then you tighten them. And his mom was skating and she learned to skate that day. And then the son was skating. They were like almost wearing like matching Rolling Stone outfits. It was adorable. So it was just fun to see.
Pictures?
Yes. Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna start tagging you in them. Yes, there's adorable pictures online of everyone, and yes, they signed waivers that I could take pictures. So anyways, we have our next class coming up. It's in September on the 28th. It's at Jack O'Connell again. It's a Saturday. It's from 12 to 2 p.m. Again, we're doing the same idea. You pre-register, and the reason we do this is because instructors just want to know how many students are they going to have so they can accommodate for that. Also, you put your age of, and you can be a minor or an adult for the class, by the way, but you put your age in there and then they know, oh, should we bring more little kids skates, or, you know, they always bring a variety, but if they know they're going to have 10 2-year-olds, they'll bring more of that skate when they go to their storage to pick up the skate rentals. So please register for the skate instructed class from 12 to 1. That being said, I think there was some confusion last month because we switched it up and people were messaging me going, can I still come to the event? I didn't register. You only have to register if you're doing the class, and it's a very quick registration form. If you're coming to free skate, it is exactly that. It's free skate. Everyone's welcome. I will reiterate that constantly through our social media just to remind everyone. But yeah, there's always that component of reading the details on the flyer. And so I will keep on pointing them out. Yeah, you got to read the details, because right under the 12 to 1, it does say that you must register. And the QR code's right there. But free skate is open to everyone, hence it's free skate. So if you know how to skate already and you don't want to learn, or you don't need to learn, please come out regardless. But like I said, I'll keep on reminding people just so that they start getting that system in their head of like, oh, if I want to take the class, I register. If I don't, I just come out at 1 o'clock. So that was awesome. And like I said, maybe we had less people than the first time, but we had way more people learning than the first time. And to me, that's gold, because that means the community is learning a new skill. And that's something else that they can do to keep everyone happy, and especially the youth out of trouble, and doing something that's great for their body.
Item number 12, Glow Dance Party.
Yeah, Glow Dance Party. So that is coming up on September 14th. It's a Saturday. It is a mixture of 2 things. First of all, there's a dance lesson from a company that is coming from San Luis. It's called Next Gen. They happen to have a booth at my Art in the Park event, and a bunch of people were going up to the booth and they were giving like free little dance lessons at their booth, which was awesome to see, just people walking up and enjoying that. So I had spoke with them and I asked them if there was anything we could do here in Guadalupe just to bring dance on a more youth level, right? We have line dancing, everyone can come, but I think that it's nice to have an event where it's specifically geared towards youth. So this glow party is a dance party. The first hour from 1 to 2 is a dance lesson. And it's the music that the youngsters are listening to. So it's not boring music. It's your generation, your music, guys. And then from 2 to 3 is a dance party. So elaborating on that a little bit more, and I've also been trying to do that on social media. So what to expect is the 1 hour lesson, and then after that, the dance party. When you walk in, there's gonna be a table full of all sorts of glow in the dark everything, bracelets and sunglasses and rings and hair clips that glow in the dark, all sorts of fun stuff. So you get all geared up in your glow in the dark stuff. If you wear something that will glow, like a white shirt or a light shirt, we will have the whole city auditorium covered in black lights. So everything's gonna shine, which is gonna be really awesome. And then you do your little dance lesson with all your glow in the dark. And then when you're done with your dance lesson and the dance party starts, you can come over and you can get ice cream from the ice cream bar with toppings and all that fun stuff. So you can take a little break and eat your ice cream, and then you can go back and dance. It'll be just open. We'll have the music on. We have like those light things. What do you call them? Where yeah, but like the party ones that aren't bad on your eyes. You know, like they
Disco lights?
yeah, kind of like a disco light. It shines different images and colors on the ground. So it'll be super fun. The playlist again is clean music, but it's all the kind of music that our age group that we're gearing towards is going to want to listen to. And that age group is 5 to 16. Of course, parents are invited to come with their children and hang out, especially for the younger ones. But it's going to be a fun party, and you get to walk away with all your glow in the dark goodies and stuff like that. And you have an ice cream bar, which who doesn't love an ice cream bar? So I'm really looking forward to the party, and I really hope we have a good turnout because I think it's something fun and different. You're learning and at the same time having a great time. And if you're shy about dancing or you're shy about people seeing you, it's glow in the dark. So it's not like the lights are like on like they are right now. So I think it'll be a fun way for like everyone to just kind of let loose a little bit.
Sounds great. Any questions or comments?
Sounds fun.
But number 13, art class series.
Okay, so another company that came to our Art in the Park. Yeah, it was our Art in the Park. Was Inspirational Art Center. And I had spoke with them because I saw different posts that they were doing of these like really cool art classes, just things, you know, we're not just painting and coloring, but like doing really cool crafts and things that are kind of out of the ordinary. And I wanted to know more information on how I could bring that to Guadalupe. And so she gave me kind of a rundown of different events and how much they cost. The glow in the dark party, as well as this art series, is not donated. It's something that the recreation department is paying for, but it is free, of course, to everyone that comes. With this particular art series, what I wanted to do was bring really cool different projects every single month from now until December. So for 4 months straight, there's going to be a different project every month. Because it does cost money, we did have to have 24 slots. That's what could fit within the budget. And you register for your slot so that you can attend. We're kicking it off with our very first art class, and it's a skate deck design class. So you're going to attend this class. You're going to get a real skateboard deck, that like a working one that you can ride. You get to put all the grip tape on it. They teach you how to put the grip tape on one side. And then once you've done that, you flip it over and they'll have all the materials you need to paint or design whatever you want on the bottom side and customize it in any way you want. They'll seal it for you, and then you get to take it home. We couldn't afford the trucks because unfortunately trucks are kind of expensive. I have reached out to a couple of companies trying to see if I can get any donated or even just a few so I could raffle them off. Still working on that. I haven't given up on that yet because we do still have some time. But if you skate, which I'm assuming that people that come to this, the majority will probably be skaters. They can take it home and they can switch out the board they have and put the trucks on this one that's customized. Or hang it on a wall or, you know, do whatever they want. But I just think it's awesome. Like when I was a kid, I'd never heard of something like this. So I just love that it's something totally out of the ordinary, we're not, making a birdhouse here. We're like doing something different, not that this is all birdhouses, they're awesome, but I think we've all heard, right, a class where you make a little wooden birdhouse or something. So I just wanted to start bringing some more unique options to Guadalupe, and I thought this was super unique. Out of the 24 spots, I think we still have like 18 or 19. I mean, I just recently posted it and we had a lot going on at the end of August. So I'm sure everyone's attention was like all over all my different events. Pushing this really hard because I do definitely want to fill the spots. We had to prepay for it. So I want to fill all 24 spots and I want everyone to show up and enjoy it. Arnulfo has donated his time to come out and help that day and give the kids, don't be surprised, and give the kids some tips and tricks when it comes to the art. If there's something in particular they want to design or they just need a little help. The company that's coming out also supplies all the materials, like every single material, even if we need a paper towel, they bring absolutely everything. Great. And they have 3 different instructors that come. So Arnulfo will be another person there. I'll be there. And I might have one other person that wants to come out. So the kids will have plenty of help, plenty of direction, we're all there on that. The date on that particular event is Saturday, September 21st from 11 to 1 p.m. in the auditorium. So if you want to register for that, there's a Facebook event, there's an Instagram page for it, post. Or if you can't find a link, just reach out to me and I will send it to you personally.
Oh, great.
Yeah, another question, what's the cost? Excuse me, the deck? Is that?
It's,
what they're paying? Is that what?
so they're not paying anything,
No, I mean.
it's free, but the recreation department, I did the math and it's about $17 a person. With all the supplies included and the instruction and everything.
And the deck.
And yeah, so you go home with the deck, that covers the grip tape, all the supplies that you need to paint the bottom, the sealant, and the fact that you're gonna have people there to help guide you through the process and teach you. So I thought for $17, that was pretty reasonable.
Oh, yeah, you can't find anything in town for less than.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, so I thought it was a really good deal. All the companies I'm working with, they are all helping me out a little bit financially when I do actually pay for the service. So it probably would be a little more costly, but also on top of that, I decided to reserve all the events from now until December. So it was kind of like a bulk purchase. So I'm sure there was some extra discounts that maybe aren't, something that's normal for a one-off event, but I just thought it'd be cool to have an art series and have lots of different unique things coming out and kind of hopefully have kids, maybe they go to this one, they skip the next one because they're not interested, they come to the next one, they can move along. We're servicing almost 100 kids in 4 months. And I know that there's a lot more kids in Guadalupe, but we do have budget restrictions, so we're doing the best we can. If it's popular, I will continue it through next year. So I'm hoping that the spots fill up. So people, if you want more art classes, register.
Are you aware of the rise in bird homelessness in the?
Our info on that note, if you're volunteering to make bird houses with children, I can schedule that.
I might have some time in my schedule.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. And I will make one note before we go to the next item, since that's not me. I did give all of you guys printed flyers. I would love it if you could hand the flyer out to someone. If you could just post it in one single business, maybe there's a business you like to get lunch at and you're like, hey, can we put this in the window? If you can help me out a little bit, just getting the word out, I always appreciate that, because each one of you has a ton of people in your life that I might not know or that I cannot reach with our social media. So I always appreciate you guys' input and sharing. And if you want any of the digital copies of any of the flyers, I can always send those to you as well. Just let me know. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Item number 14, Guadalupe Nonprofit Organizations Joint Meeting.
So just as a reminder, you guys requested that I put that on the agenda last month. I believe, Michael, you might have mentioned it. you wanted to have some conversation about possibly getting all the nonprofits to have like a meeting. I think Emily, you kind of mentioned to make it casual, so just refreshing your mind and then take it away.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
I forgot why. No, but I still think it's a good idea, just not sure how to go about it in terms of. How do we invite, how do we get people interested in what is the purpose? You know, what are we trying to accomplish with getting folks here? I know we talked about, maybe finding out what other organizations are doing out in the community, so we don't replicate, and maybe we can help somehow, I don't know, but that's kind of like the idea of what's going around. And take it from there and see what's going on in the community. I'm new to the community, so I know people pretty much what's going on, at least some of the things, what's going on, but I'm sure there's still things out there that might be missing and we can tap into.
I'm sure that we probably need to start with kind of a list of all the different nonprofits that are out there. Because we're probably not aware of a lot of them that are here.
Do they have to register with the city at all? I don't think so. Nonprofits. So I know there's a list online and I forget the name of it,
I mean,
a website.
probably the idea, probably this is kind of event for nonprofits. I'll actually make a nonprofit day or something. So get the word out there and see what all these nonprofits do for the community.
Good idea.
Yeah, so
I know, in the past, I think I attended one in my former organization, Sarah was there. Had a booth, where we were talking about our advertising our GED for farm workers and whatnot. And then there were some other health ones, so I don't know if there's something like that. Is that what you're kind of thinking? Everybody have an idea on that? What we can just, the nonprofits are inviting you, we did it out here in the port. I know, it was a while back.
Yeah.
But we have the facilities and then just bring on nonprofits and here's your chance to advertise, recruit, and then we get to know these.
I have comments.
And who are you, Susan?
City council member. I feel like we've been talking about this in the council too, like doing an open house or a event where we got different community members and things together, but I love the idea of doing some sort of fair where we just maybe provide the tables. I don't know how many tables we have, and we just give them the opportunity to. We advertise it from the city and whatnot, but we give them a table. They can bring swag, they can bring information, they can bring that. So yeah, as far as starting out with a list, that would be beneficial. So maybe we can post something on the social media that's just like, if you're a nonprofit in town, reach out, and then we could see if then we can post something or send them an email that says, come to the fair. So, yep. Sorry for
So the other thing I would suggest is maybe from now until next month, each one of you start making a list of nonprofits that you know of or do a little research. So you come back to the table with 5 different lists that we can compile into one, as well as the social media aspect, because not everyone's going to answer, it doesn't hit everyone. So I would give you that as maybe an action item. You have a whole month to work on it and Google and MapQuest and whatever you gotta do. To find these different, I have no problem facilitating, but I think it would hold more power that it's coming from the Recreation Commission, that they're being invited through the Recreation Department for this event, so that they understand that it's not just one single person, but it's a whole commission that's interested in kind of getting everyone together and having this communication and sharing, so that we all have a better understanding of what's happening, and so that, like you said, Michael, we're not overlapping. I know when we did the fashion show, it actually got brought to my attention again today, when we were talking about a past event. We did the fashion show and Kiwanis was doing a cornhole event, so it hurt both of us. And we never want to do that, especially here at the Recreation Department. We never want to compete with someone else's event. We never want to take that audience from someone else's event. We want everyone to be successful, including ourselves at our events. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort to put on an event. And it's a small town, and even though we have people coming from out of town for our events, you know, we definitely want our local community to be involved in what's happening and invested in their community. So I would say everyone come back, you know, I'll come back with my list, all of you come back with your list. We'll compile that together. And then at the next meeting, you can decide if you want to, you know, move forward with that list, or if we need another round of checking for more nonprofits. I'm sure there's plenty of ways to find these nonprofits.
There's a website called Melissa Data. They have tons of nonprofits. I think you just go by geographic area.
Oh, okay, cool. Are you guys also considering organizations that are not nonprofits, but that do nonprofit-like work? Because I know that there's quite a few in Guadalupe like that, where maybe they're not actually registered as a nonprofit, but they do, you know,
Charitable work.
charitable work and giving back in whatever sense it may be. So if you want to include those as well, I would add those to your list. So that website will be great to give you the nonprofits because they have to register, but maybe the other ones will take a little more like asking around, maybe asking your friends, or even putting it on your own social media, because man, people have a wealth of knowledge that we just don't know about. And I'm new to the area, so I'm constantly learning and always taking people's input so that I can get more acquainted with the community. So if you guys are good with that, let's come back with that at our next meeting, and then we can kind of decide maybe how we structure it. That might be another thing you want to sit and think about is we can definitely do it in the auditorium or the courtyard, depending on the weather. If you don't want to worry about the weather, we can do the auditorium. That's a solid, we'll be fine. If you want to try the courtyard, that's fine. Tables, I have 20, I want to say 24 tables or something like that. So I think we should have plenty of tables. And I know I can seat 240 people, so I have plenty of chairs. That way each table can be provided with a chair or a couple chairs. And then we can just ask people to bring their tablecloth, their display, their literature, whatever it is that they have to share. And then I think you were saying maybe give each one of them a couple minutes to let all of us know what it is that they do. And then maybe they can tell us what they need. Like, do they need volunteers, or do they, you know, just kind of give us an idea of what, not just what they do, but what are they looking for? Yeah. Yeah, because that helps us all out, of course.
And at some point, I think it would be good to do like a round table of all nonprofits, you know, we'll get together quarterly just to go over, you know, what's going on with their organization, or if they need help in recruitment, what's going on. And it's valuable because there are times when people are writing grants, as you well know, and they need letters of support from different organizations, you know, so you get to know them already and say, you know, and they already know what you're doing. So I think there's a lot of value in doing things like this. And maybe we can shoot to maybe in the spring when we can do something, you know, I mean, just give us enough time and you enough time to prepare for something like this.
Yeah, and of course I expect all of you to help.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Yes. Commissioner Jimenez, you will, I have some tables to set up. So since this was your guys' idea, you will lead and I will support 100%, but I want, you know, I want you guys to, you know, take ownership of this and let me help you.
Help you help me.
Help me. Yeah, see, to me, he's catching on. Help me. So I can provide all that, but obviously I want your input, and I want you to tell me how it's gonna be structured and formatted so that you feel like you're getting out of it what it is that the idea was in the first place, since it was spoken about by you.
The city has to be aware of what's going on. So
Yeah, the other thing I'm thinking is maybe next month, after we've all thought about it and have a better idea, maybe one of you volunteer to go to the city council meeting, or several of you. No, not a city council meeting. Recreation commissioner, or several, go and present the idea. It doesn't have to be like we have a date and a time, but just, this is something that we're working on, something we think about. I mean, you have 5 more people on that board with all the people that they know and all of the knowledge they know. We could also request that they could send their list to me and I'm gonna get everyone's list and, you know, if it's duplicated, I'm not gonna add it, but if it's new, I'm gonna add it and we'll make this nice long list. And then we can move forward from there. And when you make your list, if possible, an email or a phone number, especially an email, would be super helpful of someone, even if it's a info at. Like just some sort of email address so that
Contact.
I can send this out. Otherwise I have to go through and try to find all those email addresses.
I'm gonna be very underwhelmed by my social connections.
I have one.
You know, one nonprofit.
I know we talked about doing a nonprofit, but, and then we briefly talked about maybe nonprofit-esque, you know, companies or something like that. We could also think about, like on base, I don't know if you've ever been to their like fairs where they have like the tables and stuff. We could think about the bank and things where it's like a community outreach event. So just a thought, I'm gonna stay out of it because I'm not really in this meeting. But we could, you know, like Mechanics Bank would be good, NASA could come,
Yeah.
you know, things like that, and they hand out swag and whatnot, and then I think that could bring everybody together, where then we do like a quarterly meeting. I would definitely do a NASA table.
Oh, that'd be good to me.
I got NASA swag.
NASA's the best stuff.
I have some in my purse.
There is some summer program they used to go up to the base for the classes. Nick Cowboy Dollar was the name. But NASA's been over here, so the kids have been busy with the space program. I don't know recently, but that would be a good idea.
I do all the NASA outreach. I work at NASA, so I will happily do a table or.
Darby too.
Huh?
Bring your rockets.
I know.
That's right.
Very good. Well, that's why we wanted on this on the agenda.
Yeah, that's
your homework
that's cool.
to do.
It'd be
We're
cool.
taking up.
Don't forget your.
Don't
Don't be absent. If you're absent, please email it to me. Before the meeting.
What's the next one?
I will send it in the group text and let you know.
First week, right?
It's the first Tuesday. I just don't know
It's
what
the
that is.
first.
Oh, there you go.
That's my daughter's birthday.
All right. We'll get into this soon.
She's been sitting there that day waiting for the email.
I will. I'll be like a shark.
I'm good. Moving forward. Item number 15, commission reports, comments, or meeting reports. I don't think so.
I have a comment.
All right. Okay. Excuse me. Go ahead.
I know it's not our event, but I did get a reminder because we participated in past years for the Mexican Independence Day Parade. Do you have any details about that at all?
I can pull up the form. The recreation department's having a booth that day, which is one of my comments. And I would love to have some commissioners come out and help with that booth. It's a very long booth. It starts at 11 and ends at 5 on a Sunday. So if anybody would like to donate an hour and we can kind of switch out, that'd be super nice. So that it doesn't become such a long day, because I have, I think I have a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday events after my normal office hours. I'd love some additional help there. And it's Sunday, the
15th.
yes, they're doing it on the 15th because the 16th falls on a Monday, and I requested that we have a booth. It sounds like the parade's gonna be first, and then you're gonna go to Leroy Park. And the Leroy Park portion is gonna be from 11 to 5. I know that they requested to have a stage, so they're going to have live music as they have in the past. I haven't ever been to the event, but I've seen pictures and things. They're gonna have booths. I thought I heard someone say they're gonna have jump houses as well and food. So it's a big festival. I've heard that's huge.
It was really
It's super
fun.
popular here in Guadalupe, and the parade can be really awesome with horses and all sorts of stuff. Again, I've never experienced it, but I'm excited to experience it. If you want more information about it, you reach out to the Comité Cívico, and that's Jose Nichols. I do have an email, that I'm more than happy to share with anybody that would like it. And if you know anybody that would like to have a booth, I can share the application with you as well as some contact information.
Okay.
I do know that they're looking for parade entries as well. So booths, parade entries, food vendors, they're looking for all of it. I think you have until September 12th to turn that in, I believe.
Close, 12, so it says.
Yes,
Yeah, I got it.
or no, maybe it was September 9th. I'm sorry, it's on my desk, but I know that, it's on there. Yeah,
I just hadn't seen a lot about it till I got that email and then I was like, oh, better mention it.
yeah, I haven't seen that much about it, and then they reached out to us, I think it was kind of like mid to end of last month to secure Leroy. So I don't know what their normal schedule is for marketing and all that. I did see like 1 or 2 flyers around town in windows. There might be more, I just might have not seen them, but it was more about requesting vendors and booths and things like that, not about the actual event. I haven't seen it like an event flyer. There might be one out there as well. But when I do find it, I will share it on social media so that everyone is aware.
I'll email you to take an hour shift. I'll probably be marching with cheer the first part of it, but once the parade ends, I can come over to the table.
Yeah, I was going to kind of have a little schedule, and if anybody wants to take an hour, you're handing out flyers, candy. Joe's an expert at this. Flyers, candy, and I was thinking that we could have a little game that kids could do off to the side, so that it's kind of like you do the game, you get the candy. Just to make it more entertaining, and I will have all that prepared, and I will be there to set it up, and then I can kind of hand it off to like the next person. Because it'll be a super long weekend for me, so. Do you want to make a comment before I make my other comment?
No, go ahead.
Oh, you.
You go.
Okay, last other comment, I met with Taylor Farms because I'm working on a project with them for an event in November. Don't have it all dialed in yet. The idea is kind of a fall festival. We're working on that. We had our first meeting. But doing a fall festival and having them be a sponsor, a co-sponsor with the city or with the recreation department to do something fun with the community since they're so big in the community. But that being said, it was offered to take a plant tour. And I was like, yes, I want to do that. That sounds like fun. I eat all their salads, and I have for a long time before I even knew they were here. And I was like, I want to see how you make my salad. Because a lot of times you can actually go to the grocery store and get what they produce here, which they showed me this like little code right by the expiration date. It says like TFGD. And if you see it right by the expiration date where they stamp it, that means it came from here, which I was like, that's cool, right? We're eating what's produced in these fields and packaged in this factory. So anyways, long story short, would anybody be interested in going on that tour?
When is it?
I don't have a time or a date. I just want to know interest first, and then
Sure.
I'm interested. Can you add me?
Not
Isn't it just right?
from Pasadena.
Yeah.
right up the street, like,
Vegetable processing.
yeah, across from the
Where all the big
cemetery.
trucks are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
It's interesting.
who's interested?
It's their samples.
Joe? Yes, Joe?
Might get flashback.
Yeah.
I worked at the
Joe?
admin in a while.
Emily?
Yes.
Michael? No? Okay. Joe, Emily. Okay, perfect, got it. I will ask them for maybe, what works best for you guys, the 3 of you?
Afternoons after 3.
After 3, does that work for you, ish? After 3?
Yeah.
After 3, okay.
Wait, do you think they'll get free salad?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I did get told that we need to dress because they might put us to work. I'm not sure if that was a joke or they were serious, but
That's warm. Don't be shooting a jacket.
That makes sense, yeah.
bring a jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's cold.
Hold on there.
Oh, okay.
It's about 38 degrees at least.
In the whole facility?
Where they process the
Oh,
vegetables, yeah.
wow.
Keep it
That's
cool.
awesome.
See, we're already learning and we're not even.
Some boots,
Yeah, I'm super excited. Okay, cool. So I have our new foe, Joe, Emily, Whitney, and Michael, and we're gonna do after 3 p.m. Any particular days, 2 days that you can all agree upon during the week that work best for you?
Tuesday, Thursday would be good for me.
The third Tuesday of the month.
Yeah, not a Tuesday. City council, and I'm trying to prepare for it.
That's the only Tuesdays we have.
Okay, so Tuesday or Thursday-ish.
It's at 3 p.m. you said?
You guys said after 3 p.m. works best.
Uh,
Okay,
It's at food bank this week, though.
yeah, I'll make sure there aren't any other things on that day that most of us or some of us have to attend, but I'm gonna shoot that to him Tuesdays or Thursdays after 3 o'clock and see what that looks like for his schedule. I'm sure he has certain days of the week that maybe work better for him when it comes to what they're doing at the factory. So anyways, thank you very much.
Speaking of overlapping events, I have one, unfortunately. The Guadalupe Reading Festival is happening Thursday, September 19th over at Mary Buren. That's starting at 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Yeah, we're gonna have book reading. The whole theme is on mental health. We'll have plenty of books that we're giving out. Everybody's gonna leave with a book. And a couple of skits we're performing, and we have like 2 guest readers. It should be a nice evening. So what would be a reading festival?
What day is that?
September 19th.
So line dance or way over there?
Yeah,
Said it's a Guadalupe what?
reading festival.
I think the fact that you're addressing mental health issues is very powerful. It's great.
I'm excited about the skits that we have been working on, just the topics we're gonna kind of divulge into those, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
They're very sensitive. We had one here, group out of Fresno came down. And they did one on a gentleman in a rural area in Fresno. We get into details, but during the COVID, he committed suicide, and family are just devastating. Obviously, devastating. But we brought to light, and they did a whole little play on that, and just I wish we had more representation from mental health here, to at least be there for people to connect them. But are there going to be people from mental health departments or?
Yes, there'll be different booths available. If anybody has anybody that knows anybody that would like a booth pertaining to mental health or reading, we will have CHC there, and they'll have different resources for the community.
Awesome.
And I know it was brought up at the city council meeting by Christina Hernandez, our city council member. There is a program called 211, and you can dial that, and basically anything you need help with. It could be mental health or physical or whatever. You can dial that number just like 911, but it's 211, and you can let them know what your issue is, and they will get you on the phone with who you need to talk to in that moment.
Great
Just pretty awesome.
opportunity to relay that information to the people.
Yeah, she, if you reach out to her, she brought us, like magnets and these little
The chief
short
did,
flyers. Oh, was it?
but Christina
Oh.
has a great connection, so Christina Hernandez might be somebody to
Oh,
reach
okay.
out that can help, yeah.
Whitney is right. It was the chief that brought it after Christina mentioned it, but yes, they both have good, resources when it comes to that, but. 211 is super easy to remember, and there were these like little two-sided flyer
Yeah.
pamphlet-y things that are nice and small that you can put on your fridge, and it's English on one side, Spanish on the other, and it just kind of gives you some quick guidelines of like resources they could offer, but you just call the number and someone answers.
211.
211.
Yeah, I bet Christina could hook you up with that connection, and maybe they would do a booth, which would be great.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have anybody that speaks indigenous dialects.
I'm not
I
sure.
think she was saying they're working on that. I thought she had mentioned something
We are,
about-
I think we're working across the board to get more indigenous dialects
Yeah.
spoken, but.
And then Arnulfo, did you happen to reach out to, I had them at my Art in the Park. It's the mobile Santa Maria library truck.
I actually haven't.
I can, if you email me, so remind me or text me real fast, I will send you his contact. He comes to Guadalupe naturally, he has a certain route and he comes and it's a mobile library, so you can get books from him, and then when he comes back by, you can give him back and get more, and I'm not sure exactly what his route is, but I had him at the Art in the Park just to give the community more education on that service. And he has this cool little like mobile truck, so I'm not sure where you're doing an event, but he might be able to like pull right up, and he always gives away free books.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'll text you about it. It's at Mary Beering. So,
Is it like outside?
it's in the media center.
Oh, okay,
So you pull right from.
perfect.
Yeah.
This month in the grant memo too, I haven't read it because it just
It
came in.
just came out. I haven't read it
But
either.
there's one for libraries in the memo from Townsend Group, so I'll look at it and see if it's something you might be interested in.
I actually will be completely honest, when someone brought up the library today in some email I read, I've never been to our library. And so I was asking someone where our library is, and I found out, so I'm gonna swing by just out of pure curiosity to know what our library is like. But I think
I'm on the board.
you're on the, okay, I heard it was across from Fuentes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought that was all businesses in there, so maybe somehow it just whoop, went right by me when I've gone.
It's right. Like,
Across the Main Street Market.
it's
Yeah.
across from the market.
Okay,
In the
In the
laundromat.
parking lot.
I will take a better
If
look.
you see it, you'll know.
Okay,
Yeah, this-
awesome. Well, I'm excited to go in there and see what we got.
Yeah, cause that bookmobile's coming regularly now.
And does he come there? Or do you
Different
know,
places,
different places?
different places.
Um,
They got a grant to go a lot more places, but
Yeah, when I invited him to the Art in the Park, he said he had just finished getting the grant money to be able to come to Guadalupe on a more consistent basis and provide more services to us, even though they're from Santa Maria, so I thought that was cool.
and do you know if you want the friend of the library to be at the next?
I got it. The Fiestas Patrias. The next,
Next Independence.
yes, I got an email from Amelia and I wrote her back and let her know that we're having a booth there as the recreation department, but I think she thought maybe we had more of a hand putting it on. They do it and they just invite us to be part of it as a booth, or as the city council could have a float or some sort of vehicle in the parade. You're all welcome as well to have some sort of vehicle in the parade if you want to. And I can make something happen if that's what you want to do. But I'm not actually putting any of it on, so I was explaining that to her, that I'm just like a client. I didn't know how much involvement, but I specifically asked them, they do it, and then they just invite us to be part of it, and invite the whole community, of course, if they want to.
Sounds good. I just have one more comment. Does anybody know of anybody doing any gang intervention in Guadalupe area? Any organization?
I don't.
We don't.
Not indirectly.
We haven't been nothing official, but.
I think it's Santa Maria's, isn't it Fighting Back Santa Maria? Isn't that the group that kind of covers our territory here?
I've never heard of
The chief,
I think I've heard of them. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the chief definitely goes out and does all sorts of stuff, but I'm not sure if they specifically deal with
I
that.
don't know to what extent the gang, I know there's a 11th Street thing going on, but I don't know if it's, I mean, better to deal with it, be proactive than to.
Thank you.
any more questions, comments? If not, I will look for a motion of adjournment at this time. Motion. You have a motion, do we have a second? I'll second. All those in favor of adjournment at this time, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting is so adjourned. Thank you for inviting us in your home this evening. Please attend all the events that we have for you, the recreation for everybody going on, and it's cost free. Thank you.